Hey everyone, welcome back to more Final Fantasy XIV, where last time we did a ton of things. And I mean a ton of things. So much so that this stream is now stream 51. Mainly because my last stream was so long, I decided to split it up because I don't want to have another nearly 9-hour YouTube upload. So yes, we are in the past. Technically, I mean, we kind of are, like Ether and all that. We basically are trying to figure out exactly what we can do to help like solve the whole problem of the final days. I mean, it's kind of obvious exactly like what exactly we're doing, but yeah, it's weird how we're just here now. But at the same time, yeah, I totally get it, and I'm actually really curious where it's going to go, considering we are like, what's what I'm looking for. We're in the past, but we're not, because what we're doing actually doesn't really affect anything. So it's kind of neat what they're going with. We found out about the Elpis flowers and all that, what they are. I mean, we already knew what they were, sort of, but yeah, we got a little bit more knowledge on that and how they basically have this giant place here where it's like, oh, hey, they're breeding. They're not breeding, but they're like creating the monsters and things like that. Like stuff. How do I describe it? Like, basically, they're trying to see which ones like thrive and which ones don't, and to get rid of the ones that don't. It's weird, but I kind of got level blocked, which is why I went to level 87 off camera. So let's just get started. Travelers at the crossroads. Where to now? If there's anywhere you would like to visit before we leave, I should be glad to show you the way. Hermes has not yet outright refused his position with the convocation, merely postponed the decision. As such, I may well resume my assignment. If we cannot accompany him, then I will content myself with questioning his colleagues. Ever the pragmatist. Well, then allow me to remain your humble guide. And one of you, Azurius, will you continue along with us? Wonderful. Our fellowship travels on unbroken. I say we explore another part of Elpis and see what new encounters there are to be had. If you will follow me, we'll first head back towards Agnorsis. Which, yes, the Elpis flower is named after this place in general, and Mixelk is trying to get Hermes to join the convocation, which, with the present time, we know how that turned out, but I thought I read that name completely different. Where am I heading now? That's not terribly far. Let me just turn up the volume of the game really quick so I can hear it. There we go. I've been doing a lot of stuff off camera, not for this game, but actually for like preparing for other things. And yeah. But okay. Sure. Oh, I see it now in the chat. Yeah, exactly. Creation magic, concept approval, and testing. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And it's funny too, because I see some of the things where they're making it, and I'm like, no, don't make that. Don't make that. It will solve a lot of problems if you don't make that one. Yeah, let's see. Where am I going here? I still haven't done the ether currents. I really need to do that. But, I don't know if I can actually complete them all yet, so I'm not gonna bother until later. There we go. Hello there again. From here, we'll follow path northwards to Noturnus. Noturnus. Here we'll find one of the teleporters which facilitate travel between the islands of... Thank you, that's neat. First-time travelers must be accompanied by someone with the requisite permission. I must have permission, which I have previously been granted. This permission. We only need to use the device together once, and henceforth you'll have leave to use it freely. Shall we? Neat. I can see where that would just be abused so hard. It's like, hey, you have permission to use these teleporters? And this person clearly doesn't, but wants to just have them. It's like, yeah, do you want? Sure. What are you going to use it for? I just need to get around the islands quicker for my duties. Yeah, let's just go with that. And up we go. Here we are, Nodranus. This teleporter would take us to Calamelios, Zephyros, the Western Island. That's right. That's it right here, looming large over us. Step this way, and we shall soon admire the view from above.
I present to you Calamelios Zephyros. Here you will find a number of testing facilities, as well as the observation hub of Poiton Oikos. Right then. Let's begin by... Well, well, an Arrhaeus. How delightful.
And what, pray tell, is that?
Ah, that's a new species of shark. We approved the concept but a few days ago. Sharks are among the most popular sea creatures. Rare is the day when someone does not submit a new concept. At first, they were largely orthodox, consideration given to such things as size and environmental impact. And then a whimsical someone thought to bestow it with flight, another superior intelligence. And then the floodgates burst. Concepts with multiple heads, or arms arms and legs, and so on and so forth. It was getting absurd. A part of me wanted to tell them to go away and find something else to create, but in the end, I couldn't deny their passion. Here we are.
That was too close. Are you unharmed? Well now, if it isn't a pair of familiar faces.
Banar, that we should meet you here.
As I mentioned earlier, the better part of the convocation holds that when we retire is when we return to the star. Well, she is not among said majority. Even after stepping down, she carries on with her work. Vanar is her name, and she is the previous Azure.
It has been a while, Hythlodaeus. You look well. Less so, Emmet Selk. I dare say the lines upon your brow have both deepened and doubled in number. A shame for one so young. You must make an effort to frown less often.
Easier said than done, thanks to your unruly successor.
How is he, if I may ask?
Incorrigible as ever. Rushed headlong into a volcano on the brink of eruption just the other day. I should be glad to share the tale in its entirety later, if you're so inclined.
Oh, you know I am. Now then, you are? I say, have you perchance come from the future? I do not believe we have ever met, yet I sense my magic upon you. Therefore, if I wove the enchantment, I could only have done so at a later point in time.
What manner of magic is this, if I may ask?
A traveler's ward, of course. It prevents the corruption of one's ether.
Does it protect you from enthrallment by primals by any chance?
Primals, you say? But I'm not familiar with such beings. But if they enthrall by warping the balance of ether, then yes, the magic would afford you a measure of protection. I gather from your question that you are not ignorant to its presence.
Hold on. From the future? That's absurd.
What is it? Are you unable to speak of the matter?
The reality to which you must return exists as a result of the final days. You cannot reshape the past to undo the tragedies of the present.
So, your actions here will not change your history, but they may yet affect the course of ours. How very exciting! I'm quite fond of delving into the unknown, and there's naught more unknown than the future. Until a moment finally arrives, we cannot know for certain what will come to pass, regardless of our supposed foreknowledge, so you needn't worry for us. More importantly, that you should go to such great lengths as to travel unto the past bespeaks the gravity of your quest. Will you not reveal it to us? Mayhap we can be of aid to your cause.
If this is true, then you've been keeping quite the secret to yourself. As a representative of the Convocation, I will hear it all. Your identity, purpose, everything.
Why don't we move to a place more conducive to calm conversation? I've been working here for some days now at an old friend's behest. If it is agreeable, we may make use of my accommodation at Poiton Oikos. We were meant to meet. I am certain of it. Else I wouldn't have marked you so clearly and sent you unto myself in the past. It's precisely the sort of mischief I would get up to, and quite inspired, if I do say so myself.
I like the idea of it not being like enthrallment when technically in the future or the present time she called herself a primal in the direct beginning of this Endwalker expansion, because we kind of deduced that in Shadowbringers and the post game and stuff like that. So having like a little bit more like explanation towards that, it being like a magic and such, kind of neat. I almost said my apologies. My apologies. But before we move along, colleague has tasked me with a matter which I'd rather not leave unresolved. It involves finding a certain concept engraved crystal and a quick-fingered Aureus which made off with it. An Aureus, you say? I think we might have just seen the culprit before being distracted by that business with the shark. Would you like us to follow its ethereal trail? That would, of course, leave us only to the Aureus. There's no guarantee that hasn't dropped or stashed away the crystal you seek. Please, even that would be enormously helpful. While you are hunting down the thief, I can follow behind and scour the forest floor just in case. Could I ask you to join the search? I would appreciate another pair of eyes to cover land to the west of here and make sure that the quest objective is completed. Many thanks. There's a small bridge leading to the Poikin Oikos. Let us meet up there once we have exhausted our efforts. This expansion is literally just, do you want to learn how to pronounce these things? I'm just like, oh boy. Okie dokie, so it's up there. Can I get up there from around here somewhere? Yes, no, right. I know I can Skyrim up this thing somewhere. I like that I call it Skyriming up things, even though technically Oblivion had it much worse. You can sit there and just kind of be like, and just climb up everything. Where's the way up this? Or do I even have to get up this? Nope, I don't really have to get up this. Alright, found it. Now let's just go north. What? Whatever, I'll just click on it. I literally was not on my keyboard. I was taking a sip of my drink, and I'm like, why did I get interrupted? I didn't hit any button. Okay. Our last searcher returns. I'm afraid the Aureus no longer had the crystal, nor was I able to find it as I followed in its wake. Don't suppose you fared any better? I did. The crystal, well done. 2 pats on the head. Pat, pat. Wonderful. Now I can focus on your tale without that missing concept nagging in my mind. Have you always had a knack for finding things? Yes. I have often been asked to do so. Oh, you too. Some of us seem destined to always be searching. For ourselves and for others. Long ago when I held the seat of Azim, I was forever trekking back and forth across the star in search of answers to people's problems. Why can't I talk today? Naturally, the need for such journeys have lessened considerably since I entrusted the position to my whimsical successor. Yet I am still eager to come running should an old acquaintance or new interests require my personal attention. That is what brings me to Elpis. In fact, many times has my presence been requested. My opinion sought considering the habitat of this or that creation. Agreeing to help locate that missing crystal was a minor distraction, which now promises to become a major revelation. How strange and wonderful it is the way one thing leads to another, wouldn't you agree? It also leads to 1,000 gil. Thank you again for your timely help. Now then, it's this time I return this stolen property. You go on ahead to my accommodation. I'll join you as soon as I have attended to that task. Follow the path straight ahead to the building at the top of the slope. I have the entire place to myself, so we can speak without fear of being disturbed or overheard. But yeah, when I finished off my stream last time, I did not at all expect to actually go into the past, so I thought that was kind of neat. I thought we were just gonna talk to a little bit to just get like some information, and it's like, nope. Time travel, baby. She's like, what? Came out of nowhere. Now through the door. You attended to that task very quickly. Welcome to my temporary abode. Please make yourself at home while I put on some tea. Can I have the water, please?
A wonderful aroma. I feel more relaxed already.
Would that I had sweetmeats to offer, but I travel light out of habit. There's plenty of hot water though, so please have as much tea as you like. Now then, will you tell us your tale?
Wow, these options. This is depressing. Huh. I think I'm just gonna be upfront about it. Calamity called the final days has befallen the world.
Why don't you start from the beginning? Preposterous. Utterly preposterous.
While not the words I would have chosen, I too have my doubts. Much of it borders on the incredulous. What of you, Vanar?
Not knowing the precise details of the first final days, it is difficult to determine the veracity of the tale. Supposing it is all true, I must ask myself why I would do what I did. Why would I feel I had no recourse but to oppose the 14 and create this Heidelin? Circumstances change, of course, but it would not have been an easy decision regardless. No, there must have been a reason. One compelling enough to force me to take such drastic measures. Then there is the Elpis flower, which I said would serve as a guide. That it's of import to your mission is plain, but your presence here leads me to believe that this place also holds significance. But what could it be? What are we meant to accomplish?
Might it not be simply thus? In the future whence he came, the final days could not be averted. Mankind has no choice but to flee the star. By alerting us to that eventuality, perhaps you wish to pave the way for other futures.
Theoretically speaking, it is a possibility. Yet if that were my primary objective, I see no reason to guide our friend to Elpis specifically. The capital and Amarot, or even my own home would be more logical destinations.
True, true. I note also that Hydaelyn did not specify a point in time to which he must return. By this, it may be inferred that it was not critical that we should meet.
Alternately, she had reason to believe that our paths would converge, coincidental though it may seem.
This is quite a puzzle, and we do not have all the pieces.
Hardly any. But we do have one immutable fact. If the final days are indeed as described, they will bring death to all that I hold dear. Yet despite being afforded long years of preparation, the only provisions I could make were for flight. Nay, my first and foremost endeavor would be to find a way to forestall the coming doom.
Given that even the 14 failed, mayhap you deemed it impossible.
Nothing is impossible. This I have always believed. And if Hydaelyn is indeed me, she would believe the same.
Listen to yourself. Are you seriously entertaining the notion that you are a messianic figure in some far-fetched tale? Well, I will not. I refuse to accept that our world could be undone by some unforeseen calamity. I also take offense to my portrayal as a megalomaniacal madman. To sacrifice oneself for the star is a noble act, and I would hold those who gave themselves to this zodiac in the highest esteem. Yet, you claim I recreated Amarot and populated it with phantoms of our people? A bizarre indulgence that would be insulting to their memory. Worse still, I even invited you there. Literally invited my own downfall. Why would I do something so idiotic and inexplicable? Now, I will allow that the hypothetical task of restoring our world would be daunting in the extreme. The thought of having to bear such a burden for 1,000 lives horrifies me. But I would never forsake my duty. I would never forsake my brethren. You do not know me. I've had my fill of your fiction. I will return to my duty, and you will not bother me again.
Emmett Selk! Wait!
You've seen much of Elpis already. If you have any observations to share, I should like to hear them.
Honestly, I think Dynamis is the key to all this.
Ah yes, the energy distinct from ether. Though not my field, I have a basic understanding of Dynamis. And you say Hermes researched the phenomenon in the course of creating Meteon? Yes, I believe this warrants further investigation. With that settled, tis time for action. The missing pieces of the puzzle are here, I'm certain of it. And when you find them, the picture my future self has painted will be complete, and you will have your answer. Now suffice it to say, I will aid you in your quest. Have faith. If Emmet Selk is the man Azum described to me, we've not seen the last of him.
I know they haven't created the little stones yet, I don't think. But those might tie into things. I'm really curious if that's going to actually be a thing or not. Shall we begin our investigations then? I'm acquainted with Hermes, of course, but only as a visitor received by the chief overseer of Elpis. Of the man himself, I know only that which is common knowledge. Thus, I suggest we fall back on the field and try the true method. I read that field tried, I don't know. Method of conversing with the locals. The observers who live here can surely tell us more of Hermes and Medion, and I have a good idea of where we might begin. Where would that idea be and where we... Okay, let's... Wait. Got a thingy right here. There we go. Alright then, hello there. See you, the woman standing in front of the yonder building? Her name is Ismene. She's the one who made arrangements for my stay in Elpis, and from what I recall, she has held her position here for quite some time. Chances are she can provide us with some insights. Go and ask your questions. I would help with drawing out answers if need be, but I'd leave the choice of topic up to you. No, not that thing. Questions for me? Well, I suppose I have no other pressing duties at the moment. Greeting, Ismene. My friend here is desperately curious about Chief Hermes. I was wondering if you might indulge him. Certainly, Miss Trisvanat. Anything to be of service. What do you wish to know? What kind of person is Hermes? Well, I can only answer from my own experience, but... I would describe him as a quiet man, reserved you might say, and occasionally somewhat poor if his choice of words. His reticent nature, however, does not prevent him from carrying out his duties as chief overseer. The man is a walking archive when it comes to life forms. He can discuss any species in credible detail, and is the leading authority on concepts with the power of flight. I hope that answers the question. Was there anything else? How long has Medion been here? I cannot rightly say. As the chief's personal creation, Medion has not been subjected to observation and study like other concepts. So one day she was simply there. What do you make of her abilities? I understand that she is highly unusual, familiar, able to read emotions and communicate directly with one's mind. Exactly how she was created with that talent, however, is a mystery to me. My apologies. I wish I could explain her nature in more depth, but I've not had occasion to discuss it with Chief Hermes. Do you trust him? I beg your pardon. I've known Chief Hermes for many years. I cannot say we are close. He has never withheld information to the detriment of our duties, if that is what you mean. Forgive us. We seem to have veered slightly off course there. Is there perhaps someone else who could tell us more about Medion? That would be Timaios. He has similar expertise with flying concepts, is more than eager to discuss the subject. You'll find him conducting his observations on the bank of the stream, somewhere to the east. Oh, and unless you take a particular joy in rambling discourse, I suggest you keep your questions concise. I'll keep that in mind. Thank you for your patience and your insight. Think nothing of it. If there is aught else you need during your stay, please do not hesitate to ask. Come, Zurius. I think we've taken enough of Ismene's time. But yeah, the reason I even bring up the stones to begin with is because we normally didn't have one. And Hyplodeus made Asm one to like kind of like, you know, be like a part of it. And we had that. And if this moment in time happens after that particular moment, then it's be like, oh, hey, look, I have this. I shouldn't have it if I'm not from the future sort of deal. And then MXL, yeah, it's like it's a proof that, hey, this is true. Unless this happens before they're even made to begin with, like that particular one. Our investigation is off to a fine start. Do you agree? From here, I propose we split up. I shall continue making inquiries with the resident observers because you suck at questions. If you could track down the colleagues Ismene mentioned. While I did feel compelled to inject once or twice during the previous conversation, you seem more than capable of drawing forth the answers you seek. All I ask is that you watch your footing around the stream. We can meet back here once you finish speaking with this Timos. Okay, so search for them. They're over that way. And like I know that pretty much like I don't believe how I remember it was being told is that each one had their own, and I remember it being told that Asm didn't have one. And Hyplodeus made it for him. So that is why that he had it. And if this moment in time happens after he gave it to him to begin with, then if I have it, then it's just proof that, hey, I'm from the future. Like that's pretty much it. Like the other stones don't really matter. It's just this particular stone of Asm. Watch your footing around the stream. I immediately fell into the stream. Yes, I am Timaios, but please keep your voice down. You're startled the birds. I landed in the water. I think that was worse. Following event cannot be skipped. You may wish to cancel any pending. Yep, it's the same thing. So what is it you wish to speak about? Is it true you're an expert on flying creations? A fellow enthusiast, are you? Well, settle in. We can discuss the finer points of this fascinating craft. My deep and abiding love of avian artistry can be traced back to when I was but a young boy, stricken by the transcendent beauty of a glorious golden feathered creature my father had designed. It was then and there that I vowed to one day surpass that masterpiece. That was a bad question. Dude, stop talking. And thus did I secure observer's role here in Elpis, and I last realized my childhood ambition. Here, the dreams I once dreamed are everyday reality, which I find fulfillment through the research and creation of new flying life forms. In a bridge recounting of events, that was doubtless to your disappointment. Is there any specific part you wish to like me to expound upon? I want the camera to just shake back and forth right now. You're hoping for my opinion on Chief Hermes' creations. Then why didn't you say so? Those beings which soar through the clouds, majestic and graceful, are ever a favorite of creators. Even now, with so many varieties in existence, the flood of newly imagined concepts continues unabated. What set the Chief's creations apart, however, is how they benefit from his boundless knowledge of the celestial realm. Birds that climb up so high that they disappear from view, others which traverse the boundless sky in moments, all without riding the currents. I know of none save who he can conceive such marvels. Even we who prize elegance of form above all else are dumbfounded by his genius. Medion 2 is a marvel then? Why not mimic his process? Medion 2 is a marvel then. I don't want to stray too far off course. My opinion on that matter would be superficial at best. Despite my admiration for Medion as a concept, I have never delved too deeply into my inner workings of her nature. I know that she has a gift for communicating via emotions, but otherwise her abilities are a mystery to me. If Chief Hermes should choose to submit Medion's concept to the Bureau of Architect, then will the design be registered for public scrutiny? As in a colleague's creation, before that step is frowned upon, to say the least. Of course, if it came to me, a fellow artisan looking for advice, that would be an entirely different story. Do you know of Dynamis and Entelekis? Dynamis and Entelekes. Those terms do sound vaguely familiar. Was there not a flower made here in Elpis which exhibited properties of one or the other? It must have been centuries since I last heard of anyone speak of such things. Has there been a resurgence in interest? Nope. Then why bring up the subject? I'm flattered that you saw my insight, but I cannot afford to neglect my duties for the sake of idle chatter. I must really return to my observation. Surely you have your own tasks to attend to. Well, that kind of didn't really get me much of anywhere. I'm gonna scare the birds. Because you didn't give me information I really, really wanted. Oh, really? Did I? Okay. I'm gonna walk around over this way. There we go. There we go. Good timing. I finished my own investigations not long ago. So have you any new findings to share? I see. Even an expert in the field had little understanding of Medion's capabilities, let alone an awareness of Dynamis. My questions resulted in much the same answers. Hermes' colleagues view Medion as his personal project. I can provide no details beyond those which you just told me. Which leads me to believe that the only person with any significant knowledge of Dynamis is Hermes himself. Yes, we made some progress here, but more information is needed if we are to reach any definitive conclusions. Why don't we just ask him directly? Like, what is the problem here? At present, the strongest link we have to the final days is the power of Dynamis and the Entelekes which can control it. Yet, most scholars are only vaguely aware of these terms, let alone study them in any depth, except for Hermes, it seems. I'm inclined to stay our current course and learn all we can about the Chief Overseer and his familiar. And on another subject, was there aught else of note you can tell me about Medion, aside from our unorthodox method of communication? She and her sisters were created their journey to the stars in search for intelligent life. I rather wish you had mentioned that earlier. In any event, would you care to elaborate? So these siblings of hers now traveled a great expanse in search of deeper meaning. Thank you. Though the mystery at hand remains unresolved, I feel you touch upon a vital clue, one we should keep in mind as we continue. Next, I propose we take ourselves to Perpetua Crystalline, not far from here. Just follow the path to the west. Path to the west as she walks east. Okay. I mean, there's probably a cliff there, which is why she was walking the path. But I'm clearly just gonna jump down. So it's like, whee! If you attack me, I'm gonna be annoyed. I'm gonna attack me. I'm gonna attack me. Ah, screw you. It's all good. You can't catch up with me anyway, because by the time I hit the stairs, you're going to just leave me. Yep. Called it. This tower and the one further along are both part of Perpetua Crystalline, the facility which they archive all of Elpis' observational and testing records. Despite how they appear from the outside, the interior is actually a vast area of magically interconnected spaces, which, while fascinating, is not the reason we are here, is it? I shall cut my architectural lessons short and see what those two archivists have to share. If you could find someone to speak with over at the other tower, I shall join you there anon. I don't know why I find it funny that I was just thinking about that monster that was chasing me just now. It reminded me of Final Fantasy XI. Well, if you get aggro in Final Fantasy XI, you don't lose aggro in Final Fantasy XI. you just don't. Like, I was able to walk up to the stairs and it's like, I just lost it. But in 11, you have to leave the area to lose aggro. It's ridiculous. Sometimes, very rarely, they might like leave you beforehand, but you pretty much have to zone out if you want to lose aggro. You have questions for me? Certainly. How long while I conclude my current appointment? Indeed. So if you could provide a comprehensive log of those behaviors, we should then have sufficient data for our official records. I almost said sufficient records. Sufficient data for sufficient records. Now, what would you wish to speak with me about? The Chief Overseer's personal research project. By that, I assume you mean Medion? Such undocumented studies are difficult to track. After all, hardly a day goes past without seeing a researcher trailed by one creation or another. I'm afraid I cannot tell you exactly when Medion appeared, only that she now spends much of her time at Chief Hermes' side. Although I do recall an interesting tale of my dearest Galeen shared with me. Galeen is my partner. I've been a fellow researcher here in Elpis. She was returning late one night when she caught sight of Chief Hermes sending Medion heavensward, a host of them. For several days, she would speak of that scene with wonder, describing it as one of the most beautiful spectacles she had ever witnessed. That sounds like a story I would like to hear. Mistress Vana, I thought you already returned to the surface. Permit me to thank you again for your invaluable contribution to our concept placement proposal. Pray do not mention it. As you say, my original plan was to leave after that task, but I have since become engrossed with Chief Hermes' research. Would you favor me with the retelling of this site which so delighted you, Galeen? Of course. Or you could hear from her lips directly if you prefer. At present, she should be observing a subject in Metabasios Thalasi. She does enjoy her time there, which is watching the sea creatures hunt and play, gazing upon the salty waters of the world's oceans, recreated in such sublime detail. I imagine you must find similar joy in indulging your boundless curiosity, Mistress Vana. Even though such pursuits must continually and regrettably delay your return to the star. Indeed they do. Just rest well-deserved and long overdue, I should think. How greatly have you prospered to the wisdom you accumulated during your travels as Azim. And what would Elpis be without your earlier academic work? The theories you developed served as a basis of many techniques still in use today. Man is a creature of contemplation, but none embody that nature which much enduring passion is you. I dare say there is not a soul alive more worthy of return. Shall rejoice the day you depart on your final journey. I don't like the fact that they rejoice on that, but it's weird. I will be honored. Well, shall we take this opportunity to meet with Galeen in person? Say I go all the way up there, and allow me to reconfigure the door to the archives here. I'll take you up to the... Okay, never mind. I'll take you up to Skyway and spare you the need to avoid hostile concepts on the ground. That would be most helpful, thank you. I never even thought of that. The doors themselves could be reconfigured to just open to a completely different area. That's neat. I've opened the path to the Skyway. Once you pass through the door, simply walk straight across to the next tower and ask for admittance to the upper tier. Upon arriving at the upper tier, walk straight across the Skyway and you'll find yourself at the entrance to Metabasios Thalasi. Galeen will be eager to share her tale with you, I'm sure. And now we're just up here. I have a feeling I actually can jump down, but then I would have to talk to him again to get back up. Considering that there is a thingy here, I would imagine I can. Approachable Archivist. How approachable are you? Are you this approachable? Mistress Vana, just passing through. Literally. And allow me to prepare the path. If you need further assistance, there is always a observer or two out there on the upper Skyway. And away we go. You know, it's really funny. Like, I know it's like a lot of low. Actually, no, it's not low because I turned all the low stuff off because it got annoying with the popping in. It's amazing that computers can actually handle this much detail on the distance and still be at a stable frame rate. And then tank when like more than 20 people are on screen. It's just Vana. I was not told to expect. We would have prepared an official welcome. Please, please, there's no need for fanfare. I only wish to speak with Galeen if that might be arranged. Yes, Galeen, of course. I will inform her immediately. But she may be engaged in a testing phase. You could be in for something of a wait. Should I let her know your business is urgent? That won't be necessary. This lovely view will keep us occupied until she's ready to receive us.
A delightful breeze and a breathtaking view. What is it like in the future? Is the world still a beautiful place?
As beautiful as ever.
I swear I could hear the glimmer in your eyes and the adoration in your voice. While we wait, will you not tell me about your adventures? Well, not the portentous events which led you here, but the simple delights all your own. By learning about the future world, I may gain insight into future me's plans. But more than that, I have an interest simply as a fellow traveler. Short of going somewhere oneself, there's naught more stirring than hearing another's account. Incredible. Would that I could have been there to see it. Yours is a harsh and unforgiving world. Yet in spite of this, your brethren hold fast to their virtue. To know that the light of mankind's potential still shines, even in that faraway place, it gives me heart. Thank you for regaling me with your tales. I will treasure every word. As you know, I was once a scholar. And among other things, I sought to understand the workings of the world. What exactly is ether? How formed the laws of nature? Whence sprung mankind? Riddles and mysteries beyond counting. Over the years, I have managed to find answers to some few of them. Yet rather than attain a sense of mastery, the more I understood, the more I came to hold the world and its miracles in awe. We too are miracles, each and every one of us, born of the warm breath of life that traverses the heavens, swirling through eternity. When I fully grasped the improbability of our existence, nothing felt impossible anymore. If it could be imagined, it could be done. A passion swelled within me, an epiphany dispelling all preconceptions of what was natural and true. and a presence without. Immense, yet intimate. Fate, perhaps, holding us in its tender embrace. As reassuring as it was intimidating, how keenly aware I became of creation's fragility, built as it is upon precarious happenstance. I was overcome with an irrepressible urge to know the world more intimately, to hear its voice, feel its breath. I ventured forth on a journey that very day, so very long ago now. Freed from presumption and prejudice, I saw the world through a newborn's eyes. Everything fresh and new, and so beautiful. Lands that stretched on forever. Skies one could drown in. The heartbeat of nature, silent yet strong. And amidst it all a people, beacons of light and life. Laughter that warmed my heart like naught else before. They are my meaning, and my purpose, my love. And so long as they need help, I cannot return to the star. Perhaps my future self is still waiting for it. The moment she can let go and walk unto the end. Safe in the knowledge that man will find his own way. You, who are our future, tell me this, and tell me true. Has your journey been good? Has it been worthwhile?
Pray forgive my lateness. My observation subject was rather irritable, and it took a while to settle it down.
No need to apologize. Your work takes precedence. Besides, we had a pleasant conversation in the meantime.
You're too kind. Now then, I'm told you wished to ask me some questions.
Indeed. I've an interest in one of Hermes' creations. Meteon. You witnessed a host of them take flight, yes?
Oh, that! Yes, I did. It was in the dark of the morn. I'd left the Thalassai after nocturnal observation. As I walked along, I spied a bright light climbing high into the southeastern skies. Then, in an instant, it was gone. Like a shooting star, only rising rather than falling. But then another shot up, then another, and another. Intrigued, I made my way to the edge to investigate. And who should I spy on an isle to the south but Hermes and Meteon, the Matea, rather. There were lots of them, and I realized they must be the shooting stars that I'd seen.
A dazzling spectacle indeed. Have you spoken with Hermes about this?
Oh, yes. The sight left such an impression on me that I approached him about his mystery project the very next day. Alas, he said that he couldn't reveal anything just yet, that he needed to conduct further tests. It shouldn't be long now, though. He often returns to that isle, and I have a feeling he's nearing a breakthrough.
Splendid. We are likewise eager for the details. Well, that is all we wish to ask. Thank you for taking the time to indulge our curiosity.
You're very welcome. It's always a pleasure to speak with other inquisitive souls. Oh, and will you be descending now? If so, I shall link the doors for you.
Please.
Was the time of day in that cinematic, like, actually, like, done on purpose? Because a lot of those shots were a little too perfect. I'm like, huh. So another piece of the puzzle falls into place. From what we've learned thus far, I think we can safely conclude that Hermes hasn't been revealing the details of his research to others. Yes, we know that. Which suggests that either someone will appropriate his discoveries and make use of them, or that Hermes himself will have a hand in causing the final days. Since we have no reason yet to suspect the former, we should consider the latter the more likely possibility. Proceeding under that assumption, our next step should be to divine why, or even if, he may desire such a terrible fate for our star. One day. One day I'll clean up my stupid inventory. I should like to visit the site from which Hermes set forth the media. If we are fortunate, I said the way that I said that, we might find some of a hint to what drives this research of it. I said media, as in like the news. Galene says she spotted them in the southeast, rising from an isle she could see from the edge. If we stand at that same vantage point, it should not prove too difficult to locate the isle in question. Let's take a look, shall we? Okay then. Oh wow. Oh wow, that's far. Not a big deal though, I could probably just follow the road. I will eventually get there. Oh, that's the teleporter. I looked at it as an attunement point. I'm like, ooh. Hello, enemy, that I'm gonna kind of just avoid. No, you turned to look at me. Why? Don't do that. Oh, whoa. I feel like I actually fall and like... Now, if I were conducting some mystery research, where would I go? There, in the middle of the screen. There you go. What about that one? Have you the means to fly? Just quite a distance away. Inconvenient, but hardly an insurmountable problem. As a problem. To me, Argos. Oh, hey. My friend, would you mind creating a double to carry Azures here over to that island? Stubborn creature. This is no place on this great star we have not together traveled, yet he remains obstinate in the presence of strangers. Argos has rather exacting standards, I'm afraid. What? You've ridden him before. Ah, your before, meaning my after. Not at all confusing, that. Interesting. It's certainly not unthinkable. But speaking of here and now, the quick solution is for us to face off in a sparring match. Demonstrate to him that you're capable of holding your own against me in battle. And you should convince Argos that you're worthy of his back. Besides, I might even teach you a thing or two into the bargain. You seem doubtful, but a useful lesson or not. Certainly be a moment to remember, a memory of the distant past to cherish. What say you, traveler out of time? Choose your battlefield. I admire your confidence. Clear your mind and prepare your weapons. I will await you at the clearing over yonder. All right then, clearing over yonder has... That's very over yonder. Much more over yonder. Oh yeah, that's actually definitely a good clearing. Yeah, that makes more sense. I mean, yeah, I kind of expected it to be an instance, but, yeah. Did not expect to be fighting you. Shall we begin? Be warned, I will not go easy on you. But if I, for once, actually decide to turn on easy mode, if I lose, on the other hand, that'd be a different story, but I've never done that. So... Oh, you're just gonna... Okay, that's fine. Captain America.
Let neither side hold back.
My blade sings!
Oh, hello. There.
My blade sings!
This isn't that bad. Definitely am not doing anywhere near enough damage, though.
I shall have to try something different.
No quarter! Have a taste!
I see you won't be easily overcome, but neither will I.
I like that you're switching jobs. Why can't I do that?
Prepare yourself. We've only just begun. Come at me with your all. My blade sings!
Oh, you're all the way over there. I was like, where'd you go?
Very well. Let us move to the final trial.
Okay, I should take care of these things. Okay, that's one. You. And then you. Oh, now they're much stronger. Okay, then I'm gonna do this. You. Now for this one. Okay, should be out of those. That's all of them.
Break your chains, shed your burdens, and show me your strength of will! You still stand. The people of your time are more resilient than I had dared hope. I have seen enough.
I want to still cure myself. Here we go.
'Twas my intent to finish it, but clearly I underestimated you. One would think I never learn. I made the same mistake with Azure when we first sparred. Despite being less than half my age, his strength was astounding. As is yours. 'Tis plain you have weathered considerable hardship. Far more even than your tales would suggest. It seems we have both learned much on our journeys. Well now, I dare say he has warmed to you. A boon to be sure. He never forgets his favorites, and is ever eager to come to their aid.
Still looks very creepy. Argos will soon have us standing on the very spot where media made their departure into the night sky. With luck, we'll learn something of Hermes' intentions. My hope is that we find no connection, no festering wish for oblivion, and we might have Hermes and his considerable expertise working for us rather than against us. Let's move over to the edge before mounting, shall we? This will allow Argos to catch the currents rising up from below and give us a smooth ride over to the isle. Yeah, it's mainly because of the elongated face, and the eyes are like oddly uncanny valley in a weird way. Then again, polygons and low counts and all that, they can't really go too detailed on the dog like Call of Duty Ghosts. I still remember the motions of that game. It's like, here's a really detailed dog. Argo's motions on to his back with his muzzle. You've been given the go-ahead to hop on. Yes. Oh, it's resetting my camera. It's gonna be one of those things where they talk. Isn't this pleasant? Argo simply seems to think so. What's the name of that tree? No something. Oh, no Tephorion. Quite a striking specimen, is it not? I love that little island on the side that's clearly a let's hide here rock. Brace yourself for landing. I don't want you tumbling off at the last moment.
Quite a small place, lacking even the most basic equipment. The present may yield no clues, but we may yet try perusing the past. Have you done this before? So you cannot control the power freely. Worry not. I shall assist you. Come and stand before me. There are two ways to see the past. The first entails peering through the walls of the soul in the moment a subject is recalling a memory. The second requires no subject, and is instead a process of piecing together an event from ripples left in the ambient ether. As memories are etched upon the ether of the soul, so too are they etched upon the ether of the world. In this way can history be preserved. Such memories are given to fading, however, and can prove challenging to visit. But come, let us try. Close your eyes.
All units fully functional and proceeding on course towards their respective stars. Estimated time to completion of survey is 108 cycles. End of status report. Severing connection with shared consciousness. Did you hear that, Hermes? All is well.
Yes. Good tidings at long last. Every step of the way, I've been reminded how little we understand creation. How the universe defies imagination.
But soon we won't need to speculate. We'll know the answers. What others live for.
Indeed. And we'll owe it all to you and your sisters.
I wonder what answers we will get.
Whatever intelligent beings that exist out there are bound to be vastly different from us. Diverse in form and culture. Possessed of unique ways of thinking. Their conception of life and its purpose will be no exception. Completely and utterly unlike ours.
Utterly unlike... how?
I have no idea. Yet whatever answers we receive, I will not dismiss them out of hand. No, I will think earnestly on them all. And I will share them with our people, that together we may contemplate our own existence. Perhaps then our star will become a better place. Not only for man, but for all life. Meteon, though I gave you wings to soar the heavens, I did not teach you how to walk the earth. So loath was I to bind another living being. In the course of your long journey, you will learn from those you meet, learn to walk and run and so much more. And when you return, older and wiser, we will have a celebration to mark your homecoming and coming of age both.
Will there be apples? Covered in syrup?
And how are you supposed to eat them? Rather than food, perhaps... a flower. Yes. Upon your return, I will gift you a beautiful flower.
So, what is your opinion?
The gentle soul, and yet...
I understand. He is a gentle soul, and well-intentioned. Yet it does not take ill intent to beget ill. We must consider the possibility that something may have gone awry. Perhaps it was oversight, or simply an accident. In light of this, I propose that we reveal your tale to Hermes himself. If he does not wish for the final days, as we believe, he may well join us in pursuing a solution. Then it is settled. Let us seek out our friend with all swiftness. 'Twould not do to let such a pure soul be blackened by tragedy.
Did it just pop out of the ground? I like that they, like, we knew what the echo was, but I like that they actually explained it a little further there, being that she can just do it. And we're like, we don't know how to. There are any number of places where Hermes might be in Elpis. We could do worse than look in Kistis Hyperborea. Largest facility it stands in come on. Ethnoselecticos Boreas, the Northern Isle. I wonder is there is for an institution which claims to be studiously research every species destined for release into the world. Did you not question how they find room for them all on so few islands? The answer lies within Kistis itself. I touched upon the practice before at the archives, where a vast area is stitched together out of multiple conceptual spaces. Same holds true for the interior of this facility and its magically constructed environs. It is there within the sprawling habitats that the chief overseer and most of Elpis' observers conduct the bulk of their work. Come, the simplest route is via the teleporter north of Poikin Oikos. I'm not even gonna try with some of these words. Poikin Oikos. There we go. Oh boy. So just go north. Okay, I'm just gonna teleport halfway there. There we go. I like that we just pulled in Inception and witnessed the past inside the past. But instead of it being a dream within a dream, sort of scenario is like past within the past. Lots of light yet hang in the air. Suggesting this device was recently but activated. Yes. How could the teleporter acknowledge you as my guest? You should now have the authority to use it as you wish. What if it didn't? That's where the way to Kistis Hyperborea. If we follow this path and turn left at the crossroads. They're just making me explore all these islands. I mean, which is all well and good because it's just nice to get around. Ether current. Right over there. Here we are, the Granites Research Facility in Elpis. Should head inside and ask at the Hermes' whereabouts. Hermes is at another facility, as we have just discovered. Furthermore, we confirmed that his studies into Dynamis, as well as his creation of Medion, were entirely private pursuits. I mean, yeah. No one else we spoke which appeared to possess the chief's depth of knowledge on the subject. Neither did we hear any tales of stolen research. Which means that if Hermes himself harbors no desire to bring in an apocalypse, then he might be recruited to help prevent one. Or so saith the illustrious Emixel. According to your story, the 14 divined the connection between the celestial occurrence and the final days, but were never able to pinpoint the root cause of the calamity. Of our people's greatest minds, not to mention Hythlodaeus' sharp eyes, committed to the pursuit of a solution, such an outcome seems inconceivable. The only possible explanation is if the nature of the catalyst was so inexplicable that even we failed to perceive it. And what better fits that description than an invisible, intangible dynamis? Which in turn leads us to our next question. How did Hermes, in his role as Fandaniel, not recognize the subject of his own research? We must assume that either he knew and was unable to help, or he was otherwise prevented from identifying the cause in the first place. At this juncture, all we can do is speculate. To be clear, the convocation does not tolerate acts of deception or malice. If we are practiced of perceiving truth, then we have known had Fandaniel lied to us. Hermes has no conscious wish for the world to end, of that I am certain. It seems there is more to the tale after all. We conduct an investigation of our own, you see. How comforting. You seem to have reached the exact same conclusion. I see no reason to delay further. This time we brought Hermes into the fold, as it were. I want to be like, please, Zemixa. Thank you for your understanding. Save your thanks. I did not say I believed your ridiculous story. But as Emixel, I have a duty to examine any potential threat to our existence, no matter how ludicrous or personally offensive I may find it. Level up. Enhanced Divine Veil. Okay. What does that one do? Adds a healing. Okay. That's nice. Because I use it in order to actually give myself a little bit of a buff when I need to heal as well. So that just makes it even more useful, because now I can just use it and do the heal without having to cast Clemency immediately after to heal again, because I just get the heal to begin with. I mean, although Clemency is still better heal overall, it's still a sign of please heal me. I think the time for leisurely exploration has passed. If I might have a moment to adjust my vision. There he is. On the owl. Couldn't you have done that to begin with? Medion is with him. Hermes appears to be in the midst of an observational study, but I suggest we hurry over before they venture elsewhere. Head straight down the path. We can teleport to Miss Obstus Euros from the device at the bottom of the slope. I know Divine Veil doesn't work on me, but I use it as a sign to be like, hey, heal me, because I still get healing magic and a barrier is created for everybody else. That's pretty much the heal me sign. I know that it doesn't work on me, but I use it so when someone heals me or I heal myself, everyone else gets barriers. That's the exact reason for using it. But whenever I click on it, it's just, for me, it's just the please heal me button. That's essentially what I use it for. And it's also nice when I have like another paladin, if I'm doing like an 8-man, because then we both just use Divine Veil and just get the result anyway. Yes. They're close by, within the Hungering Gardens. That would be the circular enclosure you see just up ahead. Well then, Azurius, make yourself useful and bring Hermes out here to us. If I were to go, he would assume I was only there to press him on the Fandaniel matter. Of all of us present, you stand the best chance of convincing him to put aside his work for the moment. But the creations in there, not exactly... And then again, perhaps Azurius can handle them. He did survive a bout with Vanal after all. Off you go, find Hermes, but do be prepared to come at blows with the Guardian's denizens. I just use it in general because, again, giving other party members a buff is always nice. So I just do it, so I'm actually like... Because the less that they had to heal themselves because they got Divine Veil active because I got a barrier, the less that the healer has to focus on healing them because they had that little barrier for a split moment that they could use it to heal me instead. Hello. Oh, another one? Oh, it's theirs. You know what, dude? Have fun. Here you go. Aggro. Searching for him somewhere. Sadly, it's not the opening of Endwalker anymore, so I don't have a bunch of people in the surrounding area being like, here's everything. Okay. Going back to the Divine Veil thing, I know when to use it. Like, I use it when people need it. It's just that, like, I also, it's like, since the cooldown's only like 90 seconds, it doesn't take anywhere near that long. I still use it as a, hey, heal me button, since boss rotations are pretty obvious when they happen. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it now, or not do it now. Okay, I guess we'll keep going over here, go around the edge. I'm just gonna follow them. they have kind of an idea. And even then, if we get into an encounter like that. There we go. Azurius, what are you doing here? I thought you were keeping Hyphliodeus and MXL company. An important matter, and unrelated to my decision on Fandaniel, you say? And yes, I will come, as soon as my work here is finished. It'll not be long, I promise. But if you should really wait outside the garden of the others. This is no place for idle exploration. I'm just gonna walk around the edge. Oh. I didn't realize that was that big of a fall. And that is why I always kept repose on my hotbar. So I can just get around things. That's exactly why I used it. Just so I can just sleep everything and just walk away from them. You spoke with Hermes then? And were briefly entangled with the denizens of the Hungarian Gardens as well. I see. Oh, I should say, smell. Cannot speak for certain convocation members, but I am, for one, impressed with your fortitude. Well done indeed. Now that you're convinced Hermes to confer with us, let's pray that things will soon take a turn for the better. For as fascinating as it would seem to meet them excelled, would recreate Almirad in the depths of the ocean, I think it best for all concerned if such tragic events never came to pass. Be it in our future or your past, assuming yours is not truly written in stone, now you hope that it is. Come on. Move your bird. Stop it. There we go. Hermes said he would not be long, yes? And we shall wait here until he emerges.
My apologies for keeping you waiting. I understand there is a matter you wish to discuss.
Aye. A matter of the utmost gravity, if one can suspend disbelief. Go on then. Tell him what you told us, who you are, and why you came.
The final days.
The phenomena observed during these star-encompassing calamities is likely the product of a dynamis reaction. And none is more versed in the applications of this energy than you, Hermes. I must stress that we do not believe you would desire such destruction. We come not to lodge accusations, but to beg your wisdom. And so, distressing though the exercise may be, I ask that you share with us your opinion on the matter, on the assumption that our visitor's tale is true.
Even you, Vana. As you say, the phenomena observed in the two calamities may both be attributed to dynamis. Of note is the difference in its effect. In the first final days, it warped creation magics. In the second, it warped the people themselves. The key variable, I suspect, is the etheric density of the men of each age. As you know, ether, in essence, negates dynamis. Harboring high concentrations of ether, we ancients cannot readily manipulate dynamis, nor be manipulated by it. Therefore, rather than ourselves, the calamity affected our magics. In contrast, having been sundered, the people of the future are composed of but a fraction of our ether. Thus are they susceptible to the influence of dynamis and its transformative potential. But that would explain only the mechanism, not the cause. Though perhaps...
What is it? Even should it be a hypothesis, we would hear it.
Dynamis is an energy put in motion by feelings. Feelings for which there must first exist a source. A source to which the victims must be attuned. One that harbors the selfsame negative emotions. Elsewise it could not be the agent of such extreme change.
So it wasn't the stagnation of the celestial currents. Someone, or something, is instigating the star's demise.
So, we've a villain on our hands after all. Any idea who or what it could be?
The celestial currents comprise the outermost layer of the star's ether, encasing it like a protective sphere. According to your tale, it was where the currents were weakest that the phenomena first manifested. If the inciting factor came from without a Theris, then its effects would first be seen in those locations.
Greetings. Can you hear me? Do not be alarmed. I mean you no harm. I wish only to hear your words, share your feelings, know your thoughts. May we please be friends?
Meteon. What is it?
Executing scheduled task, suspending individual self and connecting to shared consciousness. Connection established. Commencing status report.
Steady, Meteon. Steady.
So scared. So lonely. The pain! It's too much! Why? Why do we... They hurt! Hate! This is wrong! All wrong!
She's gone? But how?
She has altered her etheric density in order to blend in with her surroundings, an ability for avoiding confrontation.
Most effective. Frustratingly so. I can't see her either. Not even a trace.
Stay away. Please. This is wrong. My mistake. So please.
Are you all right? In your mind? No. We only heard her speak the instant before she vanished.
Of course. When communicating without words, Meteion also employs dynamis. That will explain why you were able to hear her, when we could not.
Then you are our best chance of finding her. Follow her voice and try to track her down. Hindered though we may be, let us split up and search as well.
Everything's bad. Da, 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 da. Okay then. Have a big cone. Up it's up. Okay, that answered that question. And let's just go back. Come on, really? Get up there. Okay, so it's up. Up. Calm your mind and your senses, questing for any hints of Meteion's presence. It seeps into my mind. Our voices reporting. No, Hermes mustn't hear them. I have to run, to hide. Meteion's anguished voice grows distant as the source seems to flee down the slope. I gotta remember that whenever it's like a big circle, it's always near the outer edge. Found it. He's trying to catch even the faintest whisper, but fail to hear Meteion's voice. She must be elsewhere. Okay, so it's not this one. Is there any more nearby? There's no one. Nothing. Okay, so maybe on the other side, because if it's elsewhere, then it has to be on the other side. How about that? Well, they're in a cutscene, so this is right. Greetings and salutations. Commencing report. Oh no, we can't tell them that. We must run. Run far away. Please, don't follow me. Aeon's anguished voice fades as you sense her climbing to the top of the ridge. Back up the slope we go. Yeah, come. Back up top, it's up higher, so I gotta go up and around. Hi. Hi. Hi, I don't want to mess with you right now. Let's just go around. Get up there. Oh, okay, I see. Leave me alone and we're good. This one, eh? Of course not. Okay. There's someone over there, so let's try over there. How did it come to this? Is this the reason we traveled to the stars? Why we sought out other life forms? Is this it? Is this the answer? No, it cannot be. It cannot be. To the south. Okay, nope. Leave me alone. Ow. Good thing you aggroed to him. Or them. I don't know what they are. They're halfway over there. I'm gonna follow them because they seem like they know where they're going. They're in a cutscene, so this is correct. Just kind of run over here. Wait until the thingy goes away and back. I'm right next to it. Too far away. Compiling report for dissemination to Hermes and all peoples of Theris. Processing exhibition data, preparing profiles on intelligent civilizations, formulating answers to the question, analyzing reports. No, Zurius, you mustn't listen. It's wrong. It's all wrong. The lake. Any signs of Meteon? Panicked and confused, which will make it all the more difficult to predict her movements. Hermes, what do you make of this situation? The media are linked to a single mind, a shared consciousness which connects them across any distance. I suspect something has happened which disrupted its usual harmony. How might we assess the shared consciousness of theirs? Much as you would approach any sentient being, directly. In the media's case, that means speaking to any incarnation with a physical reach. So unless we can track down the medion which is lost, we have no means to communicate with them. No way of knowing what befell our sisters, no way to provide directions or guidance. Then we had best set our musings aside and concentrate on how we might find her. Oh my dear Medion, what did you witness out there that frightened you so? Or do you seek to keep it from us? How terrible could it possibly be? Come on. There we go. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Medion renders herself invisible by matching her etheric density to that of her surroundings, does she not? If so, could we not then disrupt her concealment with the surface of ether? Until MXL solidified your presence when we first met you. Don't be absurd. I can hardly channel ether to a recipient whose whereabouts are hidden from me. Which is why we must all work together. Zarius will continue the search in the same manner as before, but this time with you in tow. Once he ascertains Medion's likely location, you proceed to reel our wayward familiar with a swift ethereal downpour. Very clever, and thankfully she has made herself easier to capture by fleeing towards Leaf. Seeing she's made visible, it should prove no great feat to herd her into a corner. Then we have our plan. Zarius and MXL will be our tracker and trapper, respectively, while we others predict and obstruct Medion's avenues of escape. MXL and I will keep an eye on each other's ether to help coordinate. With our efforts, let us be about it. Well, it seems we're your partners for the time being. Let's return to where we last saw Medion and pick up the trail from there. I'll keep myself in a state of preparedness, ready to rain down ether at a moment's notice. Anything falls to you to keep the way clear. Okay then. Becoming monitor senses, questing for any hint of Medion's presence. We've had to hear her voice, she must be elsewhere. Okay then. So she didn't flee that direction. Over here. Why can't I fly? Are my functions being restricted? Hide, yes, hide. I'll just hide. Then no one can find me. Leon's anguished voice heads towards the water's edge. She went into the lake? As if this wasn't tiresome enough. At least that open expansion should make her easier to find. We won't lose her this time. To the lake. Even though I'm already at the lake, but I guess we're going around the lake. Should be able to reach the bottom of this drop by climbing down the rocks at the water's edge. Do not even think of dragging me over the falls. Final days are no. If I end up drenched from head to toe, I swear I'll feed you to a remora. I'm so tempted. Nope. Well, that looks promising. Not here. I'm not here. Please. By that rock, is she? Very well. What? Why can't I hide? You will hear your report, good or bad. Azurius, what are you saying? Everything is so faint. Sorry, I'm not strong enough. Stay away, I'm begging you. Don't make me say it. It will break him, his poor fragile heart. But he's nowhere in sight! Come on! Now we have a chance. Once the others are in position, the two of us can herd her into their mist. Where are you at? You are outside of the water, so I need to find a way out, which that looks promising right there. Leave me alone. At least the water's edge is a boundary, so I'm just gonna go over here, walk away, and then aggro is lost. Okay. Let's see, where are you at? Probably behind this thing. There's also a teleporter over here. Is this teleporter not in use? It seems to have been left to the mercy of the elements. Either way, there's no trace of Medion's essence. We move on. There, I see her. At the teleporter that you just said she wasn't at. Oh, never mind. Past the teleporter. Really? Come on. There she is. I'm running away. Cutscene end. Whoop. I fell again.
Aha! Give chase. We shall herd her into the shelter.
Please, Mission. We must speak.
I'm sorry, Hermes. I'm so sorry. If someone can hear these words, then please. Please protect them. Protect them all. Individual self-suspended. Connection with shared consciousness stable. Our survey is complete. We shall now report our findings. All units safely arrived at their respective destinations. Seeking answers to Hermes' question, we attempted to make contact with the intelligent denizens of each star. Results are as follows, in order of numerical code. Enna. Traces of civilization found. Structures believed to have served as domiciles. No extant life forms detected. Dio. Ruined remnants of buildings scattered across star, surface of which is encased in ice. Presence of life could not be verified. Tria. Evidence of large population centers, akin to cities recovered. No extant life forms found, only their lingering essence. Tessera. Edifices surmised to be abandoned residences found. No extant life forms detected. Deadly plague or extreme environmental degradation likely to have led to mass extinction.
They are all dead.
Octo. Star found in state of violent conflict. Contact successfully made with inhabitants, but deployment of weapons of mass destruction resulted in total annihilation of local population shortly thereafter. Inea. Star is a barren desert. No identifiable flora found. Bones of living beings resembling men discovered beneath sands, but determination regarding their intelligence inconclusive.
Remind me, Hermes, what exactly was the question you entrusted to Meteion?
I tasked her with asking what others live for. What gives their lives meaning.
Did you consider what may happen if the premise of the question is flawed? To be able to answer it, one must be living and desire to continue doing so. But if Meteion finds no living beings in the course of her journey, or none who desire to live, what then? What answers would she derive from their silence?
Meteion, enough! Suspend your mission and return hither at once.
Decapente. Local civilization once flourished under auspices of higher power. Said power later laid waste to civilization in fit of rage. Upon revealing this to me, entity elected to self-terminate in lieu of providing answer to question. No other intelligent life forms found.
Turning a deaf ear, are we? We are taking Meteion back to Amarot. As I understand, we will need her if we are to bring back all of her sisters.
Yes. Meteon. It isn't right, is it? It isn't right to turn away from the answer. Even if the answer is pain. Even if we aberrations must scream ourselves hoarse to be heard. Aye. Whatever answers we find, I will not dismiss them out of hand. These words I said to you, and I will hold myself to them.
What is the meaning of this?
You cannot take Meteon, not until she has finished her report. All else must wait.
You fool!
Of course. Why, Hermes? How could you not leave well enough alone? Louis answers assuage the pain you feel when apparitions return to ether. Have you ever cast your accursed question into the distant stars? I've never cast her. You may have one day learned to be at peace upon this one. Hermes is headed to Kistis. Considering the expensive dimensions of the place, even we may have a difficult time locating his ether. All I can say is that he entered from the rooftop, likely arrived at the uppermost point in the facility. So, do we pursue him? Of course we pursue him, no matter what Hermes might be thinking. Eon has a potential threat that needs to be brought under our control. Convocation's duty to safeguard the star takes precedence over any personal stake in the matter. Azurius? It's clear we stand on a precipice, but we have yet to determine beyond a shadow of doubt that Meteon is the hand which tips us over the edge. Nevertheless, if we are to learn the truth for the final days, we must give chase. Even if neither Hermes nor Meteon is ultimately responsible, we cannot leave them to suffer this torment alone. Great on all counts. Kisses, Hyperborea. Let's go. Cutscene? Oh, it just kind of worked me. Why do more quests not do that? Oh boy, I forgot how big that building is. This is gonna be fun. Nope. Leave me alone. I'm right next to the door. What have we here? Excuse me, has something happened inside of Kistis? It's just Fina. We're so glad you're here. No one knows what prompted it, but the alarm was sounded and Kistis was put into a state of alert. Procedure dictated that we evacuate immediately, and we have yet to investigate further. This is Hermes doing, obviously. And what does this state of alert entail exactly? Computer dampening magic is draped over the entire facility, usually in response to escape entities and the like. The scholars and observers are unaffected, but everything and everyone else is weakened to a fraction of their usual capabilities. And consider us forewarned. We do, however, have urgent business with Chief Hermes, and we must enter the premises regardless. That said, if Hermes is willing to enact such measures, know what other obstacles he has seen fit to drop in our path. That enfeeblings fell in place. We are not like to be at our fighting best. And I was hardly an effective combatant to begin with what little I have to offer beyond my ethereal vision. Then you'll put that talent of yours to good use. You were fairly skilled at spotting weaknesses, if I recall. Fairly skilled. And you've gone and raised everyone's expectations. You all need only to make the most of your strengths, and I'll fill in the gaps as required. I was once Asm, after all. It was my job to rise to the occasion, be that as defender, aggressor, or healer. The better about my lack of prowess already. And you, MXL, can impress us with your arcane mastery. Your opponent spells as easily as breathing, and can channel that power in a protective manner if you so choose, yes? Well, yes, should the situation call for it. Excellent. That should cover us on all fronts. Intel let us hear, Azurius. It's just only right that you lead us now. No matter what lies ahead, we will win through to Hermes and Medion. And then we'll face the future together. Dungeon? Dungeon. Okay then. That's cool. They have both of them as just all-rounders like that, so they can just be whatever you want them to be. That is awesome. He's just DPS because sure. Oh, that is so cool. I could also change them if I wanted to, but I think... Yeah, I'll keep it at that. Damn. This is gonna be different. Whether your creation's beneficial existence to the star, whether no more. Before our kisses Hyperborea, our mission is to determine the answer. From terror plains to tropical jungles, from smoldering volcanoes to frozen fields. Creations is the proof in a wide range of meticulously recreated environments. Will your creation be able to survive in the wider world, or will it threaten the survival of other species? Answers to such questions and more our highly trained staff will uncover. Now this is gonna be a bother. Hello! Shield.
I see you, Holy.
way we go.
I'm not entirely useless.
More. Go down. Right about now. Go. He got murdered so bad. Yeah, that area is a little bright for my liking. Now it's a little better without the shield on the way. Let's see. So I have to go around in that way. I take it the moment I get this one, it'll get all of them in the area? Yes, it will. All right. Got on here. Go. Make a bit more damage in the meantime.
I'm not entirely useless.
Come on, one of you die, please. Thank you. I'll just finish off this combo real quick. And now for you.
How about you?
I see you opening. This may sting.
They are very resistant to that. So I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna focus on physical.
I see you opening.
My way.
Almost. 29 minutes? What? That's cool.
Have a taste!
Out of my way!
Be gone!
I like how they all stand in one spot.
Have a taste!
I was holding the button down and it kind of made my movements weird.
Have a taste!
Out of my way!
Ether!
Ow. That hurt. I was slightly in it.
I see you opening.
Have a taste!
She's very good at deducing footprints so much quicker than I am.
This may sting. I'm not entirely useless. This may sting.
That wasn't that bad. I know how the footprints worked. I was looking at the footprints, it's just that it was easier. Like, once I deduced it, she always deduced it right before I did. So I'm like, okay. Over there. I mean, I figured it out pretty early on, it's just like, wasn't like able to deduce it as quick as she was because computer computer versus me.
I'm not entirely useless.
That combo also. This. You can take that. I'm just gonna switch over to this one. You're gonna die from that. Yeah, what do we got going on in here?
Stay away!
And then one more stab. teeny bit faster, please. Thank you. There we go. All I had to do was complain, then you died. Okay. Well, my healers are going to be kitted out.
Have a taste.
I see you, Opening.
Myself some regions. I should get some more DPS. Just gonna swap over to this. I can give you this, and this, and this. Now, or
This may sting.
according to Mistress Lisa, her creation is based on the concept for a bipedal wolf, and indeed is impressively manlike in its gait. It is also highly intelligent, as is evidenced by its ability to employ tools, while the gleam in its eyes gives the impression that it comprehends the words. If this proves to be the case, it would be a shame that its throat isn't designed for speech. Must make mention of this in the next report. Ah, okay, that explained that. Huh. Neat. Captain America.
Be gone!
I don't know if she does have protect, she's not using it. So
Have a taste.
I see you.
Have a taste. Have a taste.
go that way. Nope. There I can go this way. But treasure. Cloth. Treasure cloth. Brr. There we go. Come on. Give me something for me. It is a lizard thingy. Come on. It's fine. Really? Okay.
Be gone!
useless.
Slide in the ether!
I don't get your positioning, but sure. Okay, that makes sense a little bit now. That's fine. Oh. That, and you can take that.
I'm not
Ow.
entirely useless.
I don't know how I didn't get hit by the first one. Well, I got hit by the second one. The second one made sense because I was standing in it. The first one, I was standing in it too, and I did not get hit by it. This is fine. I've done more Vaughn stacks before.
Have a taste!
Okay. I'm just gonna go over here.
I'm not entirely useless.
Have a taste! Have a taste!
Oh, that talk is hilarious. Yay! I got something. It's in my equipment. Okay.
I cannot let you take Meteon. Not yet!
Two of them with that.
I see you, opening.
Give me one of these, like so. Now I want to give you one. And you're about dead, so.
This may sting.
Have a taste!
Wow, these things have not a lot of HP. Okay then. That landing could have used a little bit of work. That was a little bit sudden, but sure.
My way.
I'm not entirely useless.
in my mouth. These ones feel like they're a lot stronger than the other ones. And up we go.
I must hear their answers before they're expunged from existence.
Quicker, please. I want to read that book.
This may
Stab. And stab. Successful creation of migratory birds, which travel between continents with its seasons changing as a breath of fresh air to a stagnant realm of flying life forms. In the end, it was a relatively simple thing to grant creatures the ability to navigate by celestial bodies. This method lacked the precision needed to guide them to the same location each time, as would be vital to their survival. The breakthrough came in the form of magnetic fields, use of which was discovered by the incumbent Fandango during his tenure as chief overseer of Compass. A truly inspired idea that has brought these lasting benefits to the star. Another thing that I can't use.
So, it comes to this. I have no wish to fight, but this time, I cannot yield. Though the world may think me a mad, desperate fool, I will hold fast to my conviction.
Alright then, let's see what you have up your sleeve.
I will have the time and tranquility I require. Dust and gale, gather to me! Ancient brand, unleash your power! Dancing
hide! All is rain!
They just ran through the rock.
I'm not entirely useless.
Hit the wrong one.
Streams of ether! Surge as one!
I see.
Out of my way!
Prepare yourself.
I'm not entirely.
Dancing winds! Pierce my foe!
Stay the course. I got this.
Stars on high! All is rain!
By might and name, I shall consign all. By might and name, I shall consign all.
I wasn't quite on the rock yet. But slightly off the rock. Heal me.
Even when transformed, but I am not
By
finished
might
yet.
and name, I shall consign all.
You will eventually get that limit break off. There we go.
No! My power!
Why? What do they say? Mary JC let us on. Hopefully he has calmed down a little. And he let us leave. Come on, what did I say? Say it again. Say it again. You're not gonna say it again, are you? Whatever. I'll walk through you. Hey, can I walk over there? I can. Do you say anything? Nope. I just walked through you.
It's over, Hermes. In the name of the Convocation, I hereby take Meteon into custody. And setting aside the matter of your nomination, you will come with us too. We require your knowledge to assess and resolve the situation.
Meteon, I am so sorry. Would that I could have listened to your report in full. Reflected upon its meaning and conveyed it to others, that they might reconsider their chosen course. But I have failed, and that wish will never be realized. However, ere our fates become the province of others, I bid you tell me just one thing. Was there happiness in those distant stars? Was there a reason for living?
We conducted our search as per your instructions. We scoured historical records, communed with the spirits of the deceased, heard the final testaments of the dying, welcomed their shadowed hearts into our own. One race had striven to create a world bereft of animosity. They renounced relationships to avoid interpersonal strife, and in so doing brought about societal collapse. One race had renounced war and devoted itself to the enrichment of its people. They were conquered. Though they destroyed the enemy in reprisal, they could not regain their former glory. One race had concluded that finite time was the root of all woes. Aspiring to shatter its shackles, they went in search of infinity. They discovered nothing is infinite, and that neither time or death can be cheated. Disillusioned, they gave up on the future and themselves. One race had discarded all things that gave rise to sorrow, hoping to have only joy. They found joy lost its savor in the absence of sorrow, and lost their will to live. Though worlds apart, these peoples shared a belief. The belief that they had tried their best. That they had tried to fulfill their potential with every step and success. In the course of which, they learned the truth. That they would never be free of fear and sorrow, anger and despair, of loneliness, so long as they yet lived. Even now their souls cry out for oblivion. And to this song of anguish, I lend my voice. We lend our voice. Oh, beloved mankind, shimmering jewels of beautiful Atheris, rejoice, for we will free you from the cruel yoke of existence. There is no need to struggle in vain, for in nihility awaits salvation. You will know peace and serenity, and it will be
beautiful. We will make our nest at the edge of the universe. And there, in the dark of dead worlds, hoard sorrow and suffering. There we will sing, our chorus ever louder and ever clearer, that our song may reach even this ether-shrouded star. Such is the answer we have found in the stars. Such is the gift we now offer to Atheris.
Who are you to decide our fate? To decree we live or die? Have you lost your mind? You heard what she said. She means to destroy us all, yet you'd still take her side?
In the name of the star, we have discarded those creations that we deemed flawed. If we ourselves are flawed, it does not stand to reason that we too should be discarded.
That is sophistry, and you know it!
Perhaps it is. Perhaps I am wrong. But who is to say that you are right? Let us settle this with a determination. In my authority as Chief Overseer of Elpis, I will make a judgment on man's fitness to exist. If he can learn to value all life and retain his will to live, even should his end be justified, he will surely find a way to avert his demise. If not, he will perish from the start. As with all determinations, provisions must be made to ensure fairness. Kairos! Awaken!
Memory reconfiguration system Kairos activated. Awaiting instruction.
Command. Universal memory alteration. Target area. Catesis Hyperborea. Starting point. Arrival of Emmet Selk of the convocation at Propylion. Endpoint. The present. Erase the memories of all events and replace with a vague recollection of the following. I was here, preparing to demonstrate the functionality of Kairos to Emmet Selk and Hythlodaeus. Meteion's shared consciousness became unstable. She and her sisters could not sustain their existence, and all dissipated with a burst. The resultant shockwave accidentally triggered Kairos, which erased several days of memories from all present. Execute.
Command acknowledged. Initializing. 3 processes remaining to execution.
Bravo. I dare say one would be hard-pressed to make it fairer. Everything that you told us, everything that has happened, the fact we've even met, it will all be gone.
Go, Meteion. To the edge of the universe. where none can reach you.
Hermes, won't you come with me? If you were to shed your flesh, I should be able to carry you.
I will remain. As a man, I will oppose the oblivion you bring.
Silly fool. Had you said yes, I would have granted you the gentlest end.
This ends here!
Fly, Mission!
That is far enough, Hermes!
Argos, to me!
First process complete. 2 remaining to execution of memory reconfiguration.
As if we needed more pressure. No matter what, you cannot forget what happened today. For it is the key to saving your future. Your world. This fight is our fight. What comes after, our problem to contend with. Not yours. No. Your own struggle awaits. And no one else can take your place. You must flee this place with your memories intact. And I will see that you do. Now then, where is it? There you are, my little confluence.
Very well, then. You may elude us this day, but not forever.
Meteon's gotten away.
Second process complete. 1 remaining to execution.
No time for brooding. Listen well. Beyond lies a spatial confluence that connects the interior sections of this building. I will destroy the confluence and force open a way outside. When I do, you must jump through.
I cannot tell you how sorry I am. But neither can I let you escape!
Too brave by half. Exemplary work, as always, Emmett Selk.
What? But how? I thought the confluence was... over...
Over there? Yes. We were rather hoping you would.
It was never anywhere but where it is now. The instant those two began making their way towards nothing, 'twas clear the plan was a diversion.
I'm quite incapable of destroying a confluence, I must confess.
A gambit brazen beyond words. Though we've grown accustomed to reckless improvision due to the antics of an incorrigible associate. Though, in the case of certain present company, incorrigible is an understatement. Honestly, I'm beginning to suspect it's a requirement for every Azure. There's no time! Quickly! Even now, I do not believe your tale. I would not suffer us to walk such a wretched path. Still, if it must be said, do not squander it. The legacy I leave you.
Final process complete. Executing universal memory alteration.
Go, Argos! I'm fine. Just a little tired. Can it be true? Are we the only ones left who see beauty in the world? In life? Are the stars above no more than husks of fallen civilizations? And yet, I feel her. Though she is unimaginably distant, I feel Meteon's presence, and the place where to we must go. Ere she made good her escape, I placed an enchantment upon her, one which allows us to follow her trail. She has already left the outermost bounds of Aetheris, and continues on her way. Given the vastness of the universe, it will still be no easy feat to track her down. But thanks to Emmet Selk and his Ladeus, all is not lost. We remember. So long as we remember, our fates remain ours to shape.
What became of the others, I wonder?
I'd like to know too. Let us ascertain the situation at Cutisis Hyperborea, where they should still be. Given the likely state of their memories, however, it would be imprudent for us to approach them directly. In which case... I am sorry, my friend. I've asked much of you this day. But may I trouble you one last time? Argos will investigate in our stead. We will share in his consciousness and see and hear as if we were with him. Now, close your eyes and open your mind.
Thank goodness you are unharmed.
Unharmed? There is a gaping hole in my memories. I can scarcely remember arriving here in Elpis.
Forgive me. I was preparing to demonstrate the functionality of Kairos to our guests. But Meteon, her shared consciousness became unstable. And she...
So, that's what prompted the state of alert. And when you went to investigate, you were caught in Kairos's accidental operation.
So it would seem. It's all a blur to me.
Such an unfortunate accident. Oh, and what of Vinar and your other companion? You went inside together, as I recall.
We did?
If Vinar was with us, I have no recollection of it. But that there is her familiar, is it not? The fellow seems happy enough, so I think it's safe to assume his mistress is well. I haven't the slightest notion who this other companion might be, however.
Ah, well, that individual struck me as a bit different, for want of a better word. Perhaps it wasn't actually a person, but some manner of creation.
Curious. I must ask Vinar about it when next we meet.
Yes, you do that. Now, if we may tend to Hermes, whatever this Meteon did, it seems he bore the brunt of it. Once you are fit to travel, you will return with us to Amarot. We need to make certain there are no other ill effects. Also, I am here on business of the 14. We've already had the conversation, like as not, but since your toy wiped my memory, we'll have to have it again.
Yes, of course. As you see fit.
This Kairos, it manipulates memories through the emission of etheric waves, correct? There is a theory which holds that memories scoured by blasts of ether are restored when the soul is cleansed in the underworld. If true, then perhaps when our time comes to return to the star, we shall remember these few days we have lost.
I doubt aught of interest occurred. Look forward to the revelation if you like, but I should prefer to reminisce on more meaningful moments.
Let us rest, if only for a while. After all, you and I... oh, we still have a long, long way to go.
Wow, that's a lot to take in all at once. Okay. Are you feeling at all recovered? I understand that your assertions are more than purely physical. Bursting one's body, if only for a moment, is never without merit. As for Hermes, I think it unlikely that he'll crave more intellect. He's poured much of himself into Medion, and now that she and her sisters are gone, dissipated in his mind, grief must be unbearable. He'll blame himself. He'll believe that he never acknowledges dissatisfaction with the world, and the media would never have been born to suffer and die. If further join the 14 will be a welcome distraction. A day hence, he will face the advent of the final days in the role of Van Daniel. Listen to me. Our duty now is not to denounce Hermes for his misguided determination, or to convince him and Selden and Philodeus that they have been deceived. We must instead ensure that the experiences Hermes sought to expunge are preserved. What remains in our memories alone will be our weapon against the final days. Let's fight this battle in your age, and I in mine. Come, let's walk together once more. I'll see you to the doors, Propylion. Then. Wait, is that, can I actually use that? No, I couldn't think it said like I couldn't use it. Alright then, well, I guess I will make do for the long walk now. I uncovered nearly this entire map. They really wanted you to explore this entire area. So what I'm getting is that Medion is quote unquote the source of what, like, the final days in terms of like what's going on. And now that we know that there's an enchantment that tracks where she is, we can probably do something about it. Question is where is that going to take us? I have a lot in my head, like I'm thinking super hard right now. Time in this age is drawing to an end. Not speaking to Vanessa, several cutscenes will play in sequence. Recommended. Yep. All right, several cutscenes already played, but sure.
So, it is within. The portal that brought you hither, and will take you home.
I would like to stay and help, but this is where we part ways.
May you and yours emerge triumphant. Make use of the knowledge you have gained, that your days in Elpis and our friend's sacrifice be not in vain. With Meteion free to pursue her designs, 'tis only a matter of time until the final days are upon us. We must be ready. From fortifying our defenses to securing our escape, there is much to be done. In spite of this, we cannot allow the report that set this calamity in motion to become common knowledge. Were the masses to learn the fates of the other stars, I fear the situation would spiral out of our control. I must carefully consider who can be trusted and bring them into the fold. Ordinarily, I wouldn't hesitate to call upon the 14. However, it was the desire for a fair determination that drove Hermes to attempt to erase our memories. And were he made aware of his actions, there is no telling whether he would remain a friend or become a foe. Alternately, we might try to alienate him from the Convocation. Yet in doing so, we would deprive ourselves of a brilliant mind who would be invaluable in the crises to come. Quite the dilemma. Which is why I must work independently of the Convocation. Regardless of how we proceed, if we are to permanently avert the final days, we must be equal to Hermes' challenge. We must prove that mankind is worthy to exist. And this hinges, I think, on how we confront the all-consuming despair that accompanies a senseless and seemingly inevitable end. Bewildered and divided, we would perish like the peoples of those celestial ruins. We could not hope to survive the final days, much less take the battle to Meteion at her nest. We must find a way to defeat despair, to unite and prepare as many as possible for the struggle ahead. Heavy will weigh the burden of guiding this legion of souls. Yet I have faith in mankind's potential. As long as he believes in himself, there is naught he cannot achieve. So I will not give up on him. On us. You may find your world to be very different. Or perhaps the erasure of our friends' memories has sown the seeds of a conjunction between us. We cannot know until the moment is at hand. So shall I strive to do my best, taking naught for granted as I walk my path. And I pray you walk with me to the end. As you move forward, so too will I, as will all, resolved to fight for the morrow. And when mankind has found the strength to stand against despair, we shall silence the song of oblivion. She who sings it will learn our journey is far from over. This I promise. Fare you well, my light of the future, till we meet again.
From this day forth, I shall strive to bring honor to the seat of Vandani.
Even now, I remember standing there, locked in a moment where the sky is aflame. Where stars fall as tears, and screams darken the seas. Where resignation rots the trees. Where terror twists magics into abominations. Such is the lament of they who have gone before. The song of they who tried and failed to create a better world. The song of the end. That which hides at the edge of the universe is no longer hope's creation. It is hopelessness incarnate. That day, mankind saw half of its number sacrificed to bring forth Zodiac. And covering the star in a shroud of ether, we forestalled the final days. Yet the cries echoed still. We wept for innocence lost, wailed for death inevitable. A reality too terrible to bear. And for too many who sought comfort in gilded memories of joyful days and tranquil nights.
This is all wrong! Why must we suffer so?
It needn't be like this. No. There must be a way to restore things to the way they were. To reclaim the perfect paradise we once had.
No, my friends. Suffering exists, and we cannot pretend otherwise. No civilization, however great, could eliminate it. If we would live, we must accept it as our constant companion. Let us not seek to forget this tragedy. Let us carry it in our hearts, that we may grow stronger and know true happiness.
We can't accept it! We won't accept it! It will be ours again! A world free of sorrow!
No, it will not. For there has ever been sorrow. Mankind was but spared its biting sting for a time. So please, open your eyes. To try and reclaim those lives we lost by sacrificing yet more isn't wisdom. It is weakness. No paradise is without its shadows. If we cannot accept this truth and learn from our pain, then our plight shall be repeated.
O mighty Zodiac! God, born of our boundless faith, bid you, hear our prayer. Accept this offering of lives, and deliver unto us the lives we once had. Deliver unto us the days of old, the days when the star was a font of love, and we knew naught but bliss.
You would destroy it? Our beautiful world?
Lands that stretched on forever. Skies one could drown in. The heartbeat of nature, silent yet strong. And amidst it all, a people. Beacons of light and life. Laughter that warmed my heart like naught else before. They are my meaning and my purpose. My love. In spite of, or perhaps because of this, I choose to believe in mankind's potential, in his ability to find a way forward. So let there be no way back. From that temptation, I sunder us. No more shall man have wings to bear him to paradise. Henceforth, he shall walk. All is excruciating pain. I breathe fire and torment. I birth a world of suffering to mire and plague. In one fleeting moment, lives come and go, ever moving towards the unknown. And in that fleeting moment, they cry for the answer to the question. Why, given life, are they meant to suffer, to die? As fragmented, imperfect beings, yours is a never-ending quest. A quest to find your purpose, knowing your end is assured. To find the strength to continue when all strength has left you. To find joy, even as darkness descends. And amidst deepest despair, light everlasting.
A conjunction has begun to form, an intertwining of your time and mine. When you truly understand what is at stake, and your journey has prepared you to surmount the insurmountable, then shall I honor the promise made in another time, another age.
Several cutscenes will be played. Or like listen to the entirety of answers. Wow, like seeing it from that perspective is completely different. And the fact that I don't know how exactly things are, but the fact that we were there and technically kind of had everything happen because we were there, and now we had the means to stop it from happening again. I am definitely curious where this is going to go now. Serious. Impeccable timing, as always. Heard you were off in the first as part of our efforts to investigate the final days. Well, that so often seems to be the case. While you're away, we've had some few developments, which we can discuss in just a moment. For now, however, I cannot tell you how wonderful it is to have you back. Wow. I've been through so much. Okay. All right. Well then. Next quest is level 88. All right then. Okay. So I'm going to leave it off here. We definitely had a lot happen. And we're back in the final days where final days is only affecting Denevere because screw that one place in particular. This is essentially what the final days are. But yeah, I'm gonna see what happens next time I stream. This has definitely been fun. Wow. Just wow. So, I'd like to thank you all for coming. If you're watching on Twitch, thank you for showing up. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you for watching through this. It's not 8 hours this time, it's only 4. It's only half. I wonder how close we are to the end now. I'm not exactly sure. What level is this quest? 88? 88. So we're getting there. We're getting there. So I'm pretty sure that I'll probably have maybe 1 or 2 more streams for Endwalker. And I'll see you all in the next one. Have a good night.